back to the Clinical Cookout. So today we have a very special appetizer for y'all. Joining us are 4 very special guests, the guys. So we know y'all absolutely love the guys in season 2's relationship episode. So we brought them back this time, but they were able to record on their own, which means there's no female influence whatsoever. Today's game is just a little bit longer, but it's a mixture of women's and men's perspectives on the qualities that we look for when finding a boo. Let's get it. For the appetizer, we are going to rate the qualities that are important to us when we are looking for a boo. Aunties, are y'all ready?
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
So if we were all in the dating game and we were looking for a partner, we're going to rate from 1 to 5 how important each of these are for us. 1 meaning not that important. 5 meaning it's so important, like that's a hard limit for me. Like if you ain't got this, I ain't going for it. Okay? Y'all ready? So the first one is open to feedback. So this is your ability to take in feedback about something that you're doing that maybe your partner doesn't like, or maybe they do like it and they want you to do it more, but being open to feedback or constructive criticism from your partner. From 1 to 5, how important is that for y'all?
It's number 1 for me because I'll be having feedback and I need you to be able to take it.
So it's a 5.
Well, one means it's not important at all.
Oh, it's a 5 for me.
Okay, 5 for Auntie Shug.
It's a 4 for me. It's a 4 because I know it's hard for me to take feedback, so I can understand it if it was hard for somebody else. It's a 4 for me.
I would say 15 years ago that'd have been a 5.
Currently,
it might be a 2 because I'm not open to nothing.
Yo, for me, that's probably a 5. Because I'm going to need you to be open and I'm going to try my best to be open too.
No, I'm kidding. It's probably, I would say I would give it middle 3. I'll give it a 3.
Okay.
Just to kick off the game, I want to start with openness. All right. So on a scale of 1 to 5, what do you gentlemen rate openness? Let's start with Marcus.
All right. So for me, I'm going to rate openness with 4.
Okay.
What about you, Perkins?
I think I'm going with 5. That's a big one for me. Tell me the real.
For me, I'm gonna have to go with a 4. Like, it's not the most important thing to me. I'd say it's a 4.
Yeah. So, hey, why do you think it's a 4 though? Like it,
I just feel like I understand when you're intimate with somebody, when you got a partner, that you got to be open to them, approachable, whatever you want to call it. You should be able to tell them anything. But if I had to rank that among other things in a relationship, that's not going to be my highest. That ain't going to be a 5 for me.
So why do you say 5? Okay, my bad.
Okay. No, you good.
I think one of my major core values is honesty.
Yeah.
Transparency. So
yeah.
I want to be able to be as honest as I possibly can with my partner, and then get that reciprocated. I want to know everything, whether it's going to hurt my feelings or not, because if you need me to make an adjustment and you not being honest, how can I make that adjustment?
All right. So the second one is honesty. So being open, being honest. I mean, it speaks for itself. How would y'all rate that? I'm going to go ahead and say that's a 5 for me too.
That's a 5.
5 for me.
That's a 4 for me.
A 4 for you?
Why can't you?
Yeah.
I'm interested. We got to ask the whys when we get different numbers.
It's a 4 because, I mean, I want you to be honest with me, and I'm okay with that. I need you to tell me the truth, and don't have me out here looking crazy. But even if you're not honest with me, I'm going to find out anyway. So,
okay.
We have the term honesty. What do you guys think about that? I'll rate honesty as number 5 for me.
I got a 5 on honesty.
Yeah. I think everybody gonna say 5.
I'm going with a 5
absolutely.
too. 5 for that.
Yeah. All right. So, hey, we want to take turns on saying why we
Well,
want number
wait, wait.
five.
I want to know, how can you have openness as a 4, but honesty as a 5 when they
So,
go hand in
all
the
right.
same
So, like, yeah,
thing?
they go for me. They do kind of go into the same thing. But I said for openness 4 or 5ish, and then honesty 5. But like, it all depends on the level that I'm trying to, like, the level that I meet this woman at. Like, right.
Okay.
If we meet at the beginning and like we're just friends and stuff like that, okay, cool. You're open with me. I don't really need to know every detail, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
when we start dating and you're my, you're my woman, now I need to know something. You got to tell me what's up. You feel me?
Now you hurt my
So everything
feelings.
at this point, you feel me? And I can't get mad at nothing that you done did in the past, honestly.
Alfred, I do see what you're saying though about how those two are closely related. So,
Yeah.
but it's not a huge disparity. 4 to
No,
5.
not at all. No,
Still
I just
close.
wanted to know the difference. Like, if maybe y'all had a different insight that I wasn't thinking about.
And trust me, I am one of those guys. Like I said, we was talking about this, right?
Yeah.
When I was in school, like I said, I didn't want to end up being with a girl that's been with everybody, man. That's
Yeah.
disgusting, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You be like,
That's honest. I like it. You honest.
am I right? You know,
You don't
I
want
used
her
to
to be your main squeeze, but
yeah,
you want to talk to the ones that that got some experience sometimes.
yeah,
Depending on
absolutely,
the stage you're in
absolutely,
your life, you want to talk to them, but
yeah,
you don't want
absolutely.
them to be your main squeeze.
All right, this next one is independent. And I'm going to leave that up to y'all's own interpretation. But I'm thinking independent in terms of like in the relationship, but also like socially, like out in the world as well.
That one's nice.
That's a 3 for me.
Yeah, that's probably
That's
a
a
3 for
three.
me too.
That's a 5 for me.
I knew that was gonna be the 5 for Keish.
I'd say that's about a 3 for me too.
Ooh, I'd like to hear why that's a 3 for y'all.
Because
I mean,
I need.
like-
Oh, okay. No, go ahead.
Go
Amber.
ahead. Go ahead, Shay.
I like for us to depend on each other. Like I like a certain amount of codependency
Ooh,
in
okay.
my relationship, to where it's like I bounce ideas off of you, we bounce ideas off of each other. Like we kind of wash each other's back. Like I don't like the whole I don't need you, you don't need me. We just come together for certain things. That's what I think about when I think of complete independence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a 3 for me because I'm by myself right now. The husband is gone for work for a year, and I don't like this. I don't want to be independent. I am not. I'm not INDE. I ain't none of that. I need my husband back.
Yeah, it's a 3 for me because I mean 3 is kind of in the middle because I don't want you to be so dependent. Like I think like mama's boy when I think like super dependent. But I also don't want you to be so independent where you don't need me for nothing. Like why we in a relationship if you don't need me for nothing? Like
Yeah.
no type of support or nothing. So it's half for me.
Good. Well, it's a 5 for me because get out my face. I'll call you when I need you.
The next term is going to be independence. So go ahead and rate that from a 1 to 5 scale. Let's start with Alfred.
1 or 2.
Okay.
If that's what she into, at being independent, absolutely. But be independent by yourself. That why are we going to come together as a couple and you want to be independent? That don't make no sense. Yeah.
Okay. Marcus?
All right, I'm gonna say independence for me. I'm gonna say maybe a 3.
Okay, bet. And then Jared?
I give it a solid 3. Solid 3.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go against the grain on this one. I'm gonna go with a solid 5 because of my profession.
Yeah.
I might not be here all the time, and you can't rely on me if I get sent to Europe, Asia, wherever. So there needs to be, and it might not be. I mean, I could even go down to a 4, but you need to be able to handle your own business. We got 5 kids. You can't be calling me with emergencies when I'm 17,000 miles away, and I can do nothing for you. You have to be independent.
I'm talking about when seeing maybe independence. It hit me in the heart, right? So I go, I think about Oh, I'm independent. I don't need no man. I
Yeah,
don't need you either. So if
yeah,
you are independent and you're gonna throw that in my face that I don't need you. Oh, no, I don't need you either. And that's why
yeah,
I
yeah,
can't hold that at high
yeah,
regard because
uh,
you talking
Yeah.
that
and for,
language, I can't mess
yeah,
with because I do think that my wife should be dependent on me for certain things.
yeah,
There's certain things that I'm gonna it's my job, it's my duty to do.
yeah,
But I'm and in that same breath, I'm dependent on my wife to be able to be there for our children when I'm unable to be there. I need her to be independent in her role that
I
she's
like it.
playing, as
I
I
like it.
am gonna be independent in my role that I'm playing. But when
mhm,
we it's to come together as a family. So I think
Right.
we're kind of saying the same thing. I get where you're coming from.
Hmm.
That word independent just it does something
Yeah.
to me.
It's a trigger. It's a trigger word.
It's a trigger word. Yeah.
for me, independence, I chose 3 because like ultimately at the end of the day, when I'm first meeting a girl, right, I don't want her to rely on me. Like we're just, you know what I'm saying? We're going through the dating we're dating right now. So I do want her to have her own type of independence because like I know my brother right now, like he just met a girl and she asking him for money already. That's weird. That's weird, right? That's weird. So you got to have some type of independence.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or,
you know.
or at least come prepared. Like, hey, I
Yeah,
bring this to the table. I bring this to the table. How can we work together as a team to accomplish much bigger goals? But I think she needs her independency. As men, we need ours, and then we come together. Okay, let's go get this. Like, let's go take over the world together. Absolutely.
Being physically affectionate.
Oh
Being
God,
Five.
physically affectionate.
5.
one.
Thank you.
5. That's a 5 for me.
So one for me.
3.
Okay, maybe a 2 if it's good.
That's a hard one for me.
Is that-
I would say maybe a 4 for that one too. For me, it's
I knew
not a
I was
hard
gonna be the
limit,
only
but
5. I knew I was.
I'm a
What do you
3.
say? Oh, okay.
I'm like a 3 because I'm very controlling. So I want you in my face when I want you in my face, and then I don't want you in my face when I don't want you in my face. So, but then I don't want you to be like, well, she don't need none of that. So I want you to know that I need it, but I don't want to have to tell you I need it all the time. So I'm just weird with that one.
you one of them confusing people. You one of
Yep.
the ones that be like, I can't win for losing.
Right. Right. I'm
Yeah.
a 5 all the way. Listen, I literally need that to not be stressed. I need physical contact, whether it's a hug, slap on the butt, like all that is very important.
Slaps
For me.
on the butt makes me itch.
I need all that
I
physical.
like a slap on the butt, but my husband be going in on the slap. Like it's like painful. I'm like, nigga, I mean, dude, like why you trying to hurt me? It's supposed to be cute, not forceful.
Yes.
I mean,
That's
it
supposed to
depends.
hurt.
Now that depends on the situation. Let me shut up. Pain sometimes is all right.
Okay, yeah, but I'm talking about I'm standing in the kitchen cooking and you walk in and just like fire it up. I'm like, yo,
That's because you're not expecting it. It
I
hurt
don't
me.
want it and I don't like it. Leave me alone.
I'm a
All right,
1. I will keep it as that. Don't touch me unless I want to be touched.
physically affectionate. What do you guys think about that? So for me, I have physically affectionate as 5. What do you guys think? What do you about Perkins? Go ahead.
Are we talking about sex?
Shit, hey, whatever you want it to be. What does physically affectionate mean to you?
Yes, I do believe that. Yes,
Yeah.
we gotta have sex for sure.
Yeah.
That gotta be a big thing that's happening. But don't necessarily like now if we go like, nah, do I gotta cuddle and we sit up and watch a movie together? Probably not. I will do it because I know that that's what my wife wants and she likes.
Yeah.
Uh,
Compromise. You compromise.
Yeah.
absolutely, 100%. But
Mhm.
sex, 5. Cuddle, I don't need it. If that's it's not really that ain't really my thing. I'll take it as a 3. If anything, any other affection like that, I'll put it as a 3.
Yeah.
Then you gotta think about big spoon, little spoon. Like
Yeah.
even that, because sometimes women want to be the big spoon. And it's weird. Like, wait, you want to be the big spoon?
Yeah.
But everybody's different though. Everybody's different. So
It's true.
you gotta understand your partner and understand like what they need. And like
Mhm.
Alfred said, like yeah, if it's watching TV, that's not my thing. But if it's your thing, sure.
I think for me for that one, I don't think they're talking about sex. So if they was, it would be a 5. So if it's sex, yeah,
So
5. But the
100%.
other stuff, what
Yeah.
what Perkins is talking about, what Alfred is talking about, I don't feel like I necessarily need it. And we could break this down to the love languages and physical touch.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel like I need it personally. There's other things that are more important to me than that. So I'll give it a 3, 4. I know I got to pick one. I'll go with a 3.
Yeah.
So, but if it's sex, it's 5.
Yeah. If it's cuddling, anything cuddling, it's like a 4 or 3. But it comes to sex, it's a 5 off the rip.
The next one is emotional maturity or emotional intelligence. 5. I think we all agree that's a 5. I don't even think that needs explanation at this
No.
point in our lives. Like,
I'm so tired.
I'm
You-
tired. I can't do it.
Yeah.
yes.
At
And
this
then the
point,
last one,
there's no excuses at this point. Like
yeah,
there are way
I
too
had
many
5.
resources for you not to be emotionally intelligent, or mature. So
yep.
And emotionally intelligent doesn't mean you always gotta get that perfect. That don't mean you can't get angry, you can't be frustrated,
Correct.
you can't not know what to say sometimes. But that can't be 90% of the relationship where I'm struggling to figure out your emotional state.
Yeah. Well, it's
Yeah.
like knowing how to express your emotions
Yep.
in an effective way. Like if you go and yell and everything every time you get mad, like I can't hear you. I don't know what you talk about. Like, because I'm on defense mode.
Yep.
So if you're able to express it and communicate, then you're good.
For me, if emotional intelligence or maturity is high, I feel like it brings everything else up that I rated. That has to lead everything else for me.
Yeah.
Like openness and honesty and physical intimacy. Yes, that's gonna move up to a 5 if you are already emotionally intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's for me. It's apologizing when you're wrong, like admitting when you're wrong, or seeing yourself, like actually viewing yourself in from somebody else's perspective. Can you do that? And when there's nothing worse than somebody who just can't admit that they was wrong to me, or can't admit that they lied, or just don't have the intelligence to see into me.
Love saying that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go into emotional maturity / intelligence. So you can say emotional intelligence or emotional maturity.
Yeah.
EI.
I mean, yeah, honestly, I would rate that a 5 because I mean that's that I mean, if you I believe that might be the main cause of divorce, to be honest. You know what I mean? Especially in our profession. You know, we have to be able to, pick up after our peers, honestly. The people that we care about, if you come home from a long day's work, you're feeling tired and exhausted. She has to be able to, comfort you, and you have to be able to do the same to her as well. You know what I mean?
I think you have to be able to read the room. Like you said, if your old lady come home from work and she's been through it and it looks like it, a foot massage, run her a bath for it, get the wine. Like just try and make that evening as enjoyable as possible because maybe I might have the best day ever, but now I have to put my feelings to the side to like cater to my lady. Like, hey, you know what? I tell my baby tomorrow, but today's about you. Tomorrow will be about me. But it's a compromise. It's just reading the room, knowing how your person is. Like the minute you walk through the door, if you get a smile, you get the long huff. Okay, I'm getting the wine, or I got the bath. I make dinner tonight. You take a day off.
Yeah.
I'm big on peace, right?
He's like, I want my peace. I want my peace. Don't you bother me.
I gotta go out in the world and try to make magic. So I'm big on peace. So I think that this got to be a 5 for me. And then I would also want it to be a 5 for my lady on the other end. She should also want that from me. For me to be emotionally intelligent, to be able to read her and know when she going through it and I need to pour into her cup, and then vice versa. When I'm going through it and she can pour in on me.
Emotional intelligence, maturity, 4. I'm gonna go with at least a 4.
Oh yeah.
I can admit now even at work, years ago, I sucked at this.
I think everybody was trash at this one.
Everybody did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
trash.
like
absolutely.
I could still get better.
Yeah, you
even,
better
even with the coworkers, even with my coworkers, I'll say it was, I'll be so focused on what we got to
Yeah.
do, getting the job done, that I'm not picking up on the signs, and they were evident. Now that I look
Yeah.
back, I'm like, bro, I had to work on that.
Yeah.
But I think it all translates because once you start working on it, even if it's with your spouse, you're able to pick up on those signs at work too, like the other people you work with. Like you said, you got to pick up on the signs, and if you do that, it's I've seen it in action. Like we try to put all these terms to it, these fancy terms, but the people that are in charge, if they're able to do this and recognize what's going on with their people without them talking, as soon as they come in on a Monday, they 15 steps ahead of everybody else. Like I love it.
Mhm.
Like if they can do it, it's like a skill. But that's all. I give it a 4. I give it a 4 for me.
Okay. All right, sweet deal.
People pleasing. What would you rate that?
Oh, I don't. Mm-mm.
Somebody who likes to please people. How important would that be to you? 1 to 5.
At least a 3.
Yeah.
Like
I think 3 too.
It's not as low as I would want it to be, but I like a kind person. If you can be kind to people, there's a difference between being nice and kind. And
Yep.
people pleaser sometimes, depending on how they was raised, can just be kind to people.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So it just depends. I think it just depends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the next one is people pleaser. For me, I rated that as a number 2.
Unless the people pleasing is pleasing your goddamn self.
Absolutely.
I don't know. None of please yourself. You be your happiest version of you, so you could bring that thing over to me.
I know that's right.
So to me, it's like
Yes, sir.
fun. Who else? What? Please you.
Mm-hmm.
He like that's a 10.
I don't know, like 2. I
Yeah.
guess 2. If it's to please me, I guess the partner, if that's the focus and not everybody else, I guess it's a
Oh.
good attribute to have.
Yeah, I struggle with that one. Because like by nature, being a school teacher, like I teach first grade math, it's like, you work with a team of like people. So you checking in on them, you checking in on your kids, yourself. And sometimes like you might lose yourself, even think about your girl, like, oh yeah, I forgot to text her at lunch because of I had this meeting or that meeting. So I think once you find that balance, you get better over time. You definitely get better over time. But for me,
Yeah.
I would give it like a 2/3.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I have one more. One more, which is funny. Somebody that's funny.
4 or 5. That's a 4 or 5.
5.
Well, y'all all know my husband, so y'all know that's a 5 for me. That's an absolute 5 for me.
5.
I would say it's at least a 3.
Okay.
A
You don't
3.
want nobody funny, shit? That's because you the goofball.
She the
You
goofball.
That's why.
We can't both be in here stupid.
That's a good point though.
Yeah.
Like some of the stuff that we're rating high, our partner may not rate it as high too, because
Yeah.
you can't both be the same in a
Mhm.
relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like my
that's good.
partner, he's the opposite. He's funny in his own way, but and I'm funny in a different way, but somebody had to be serious. Like I need the nerd too, because sometimes people who are just all the time goofy don't know how to handle business, don't know how to get to the life part of it. So he drags me
Yes.
into the life part when I'm just doing the most.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
I don't know. The funny versus good personality. I
Oh,
think
those are different.
Those are different. Right.
Yeah.
Different.
So I'm like, okay, do I want funny or a good personality? So I think I'm swinging toward just a good overall funny person to be around, but that's more personality versus just being goofy and funny all the damn time and you're not getting nothing seriously
Yeah.
done. So I'll take funny personality.
Yeah.
I can get with that.
I
I
get it.
agree.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
you
true.
got you got some funny people who use that. They use humor to mask the fact that they don't have a personality. Like that's their person. That's all their personality, and I don't want
Right.
that. I want you to be
Yeah.
funny, but also know how to
Right.
be other things.
And sometimes
Yep.
people use funny to be harmful toward other people. That is not
Mhm.
funny to me. That's not funny to me. But if we can have a good time, we 50% there with me. Draws halfway down.
Oh my god.
Halfway.
The final one is going to be sense of humor or being
Uh-huh.
funny.
You gotta give me a 4. I can't do boring. Like you
Yeah,
gotta
I
be
know that's
funny.
right.
Like
Yeah.
give like something. Don't just be dry. Like you give me
Yeah.
something. But a
Yeah.
4. I'm not saying you gotta be a Kevin Hart or a Cat
Yeah.
Williams, but like if we can
Yeah.
joke and we can go back and forth and do whatever, I'm
Mhm.
all for it. But if you just like, nah, that was a dumb joke and I think it's
Yeah.
hilarious, now I gotta put my feelings to the side to make sure that I don't go
Yeah.
overboard with the jokes, you know.
Yeah.
But a 4 for me though.
I would rate it a 3. So to me, it's like icing on the cake. It ain't no deal breaker. Like you ain't gotta be funny. But if you are funny, that's dope. I would like for you to be funny. But if you ain't funny and you got some other stuff, all right, I'll lean on the other stuff. I'll let my boys be funny. Like okay, maybe I won't go to you for jokes. I'll go to somebody else for jokes.
All right, for me, I'm gonna say 4 or 5 again, because like Jared said, who wants a person with dry sense of humor? You know what I mean? Because look, if you're gonna roast me, I'm gonna roast you back, baby. Feel me? You got to be able to, roll with the punches. Like, you can't. You need a sense of humor in a relationship. Like, this is your person. You know what I mean? You got to deal with them and only them. Like if you're married, like your whole life. So therefore, you got to be able to roll with the punches.
So y'all, we want to hear from y'all on what y'all think, like what qualities are important when y'all are looking for a boo, and then make sure y'all catch us tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for the episode.